Hello everyone. I am so glad you have joined me today. I love sharing my ideas with you and I hope I inspire you with today's creation. And here it is, a one color wonder. And I did the inside and the envelope. Join me in the studio and I'll show you how. Last week I chose Bloom and Grow and Mary Merlot ink. I have the pad and I also have the marker because I'm going to be doing some selective coloring. I decided to use this image. I have not played with this image and I thought that that would be pretty in Mary Merlot. And I also am going to use the thank you, not the rest of it, just the thank you. So that's why I need my marker. I also have some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I have a scrap of Whisper White. I have a piece of Whisper White that is 2.5 by 4. I have my Whisper White that's 4 by 5 1/4. My card base is Mary Merlot and it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have my envelope. I have the basket weave embossing folder and I have a blender pen. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp up my image. Black, and I haven't used this one. Okay, there's a couple of spots over here that didn't ink up. All right, let's see. I think I got it. If no, see, it's still not inked up. When you flip it over, you can actually see it. It looks like there's a spot there. I think I got it now. Yes, well, it still doesn't look like it's inked up. Let's find out. It may be that it's just because it's the first time I've used it. It doesn't look like it's inked up well. Oh, it did. It's fine. Okay, so one way to look at it is that way. I'm going to use the Mary Merlot, and I think I'm going to color the little flowers, these little flowers, the marker. And I'm going to color the larger flowers, but I'm going to use the blender pen for that because this is a dark color. And it's better if you use a blender pen. It's always interesting to find these. Okay, I think that's good. Now, I'm going to use a blender pen, but this is a new pad and I don't have success when I take and squeeze it. So I'm going to ink up my block and I will use a blender pen. Let me use this end, it's got some pink to it. And I'm going to pull it way out so it's not dark at all. And I'm just going to color it. And I'm kind of going in a sweeping motion like the petals. Hopefully I don't get lines that way. It helps a little. All right. And I'm going from one side to the other because what happens for the bigger ones is the middle gets missed. It gets lighter as you run out of ink on your blender pen. So if you go the other way, it kind of takes care of the middle. And there is some white spots in there, and that's fine because in nature, flowers naturally have white spots. Okay. That one's really dark. I kind of like that. Maybe I'll go back over this one. Make the outside pieces darker. You can do this a little bit. You can't do it too much because your paper pills some. I think I'm going to leave it at that. I like that look. All right, now time to do the next one. And the other thing is when you use a darker color like that, you can then use the rest of the ink on your blender pen to do, oh, that looks like those are petals also, so I'll do those. There. I'm going to pick up some more. I want that one dark because it's up against that other one. There we go. There we go. All right, and make sure when you finish, you scribble off the color. If not, your pen will be Mary Merlot and you'll have a Mary Merlot blender pen. All right, I'm going to let that dry a little bit. So what I'm going to take and do is I'm going to fold my card base, and then I'm going to take my my embossing folder, and I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to run it through my Big Shot. Okay, there is my, hit it with my sentiment. I have to stop and think what I'm doing. All right, now I have not stamped with this yet, so I don't know how it's going to take the ink. A lot of times when you have a new stamp, a new photopolymer stamp, see, it doesn't, oh, that didn't do too badly. All right, let me make sure I get the bottom pieces this time. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, I picked up a few pieces, so we'll try it again. Let me I'm going to put it here so I can see where I'm coloring. And if I get it where I don't want it, I'm going to take my finger and take it off. Let's see if that worked this time. Better. I still have some spots, but that could be not necessarily that I got the, it could have been a splatter when I pulled up. That happens too. All right, I need to cut this down. This is going to go on here like so, but it needs something. It needs some sparkle. What do I have I can use for my sparkle? I know. I have some of this gold metallic thread, and I'm going to use it on the back of here. Now when I do my gold metallic thread, I don't do it like everybody else. I take a piece of tear-in tape, and I'm going to do it 2 spots. All right. And I take off the back of one, and I stick this down, and then I just loop it around several times in different directions. When I do the bottom, I can't put too much on there. All right. Oh, I think it needs more. So let me keep going. And the advantage to this is you can strategically place your loops. I have never had success the other way. I know everybody else does. Let's see. Oops, that one came up. Oh, I think that's good. All right, let me cut this off. Then I'm going to take another piece of tape. Actually, I'm going to have to put this on with the tapes, so I'm going to go ahead and just put it across the whole top. Oh, dropped it. And now I'm going to do this one down here, but my loops down here are going to be really tiny because it's at the bottom of my card and I don't want it to go too high. So I'm going to do like little tiny loops because I don't want to have this thing up too high. And this does have a tendency to naturally curl. So I just kind of let it curl sometimes. Before I cut it, let's see. Oops, wrong side. I think that's perfect. So I'll cut it. Now I'm going to add my tape on the rest of it all the way around. Be careful, don't cut your